In the silence of the night, when the world seems asleep, there is an invisible dance happening around us, a cosmic choreography that few realize, but that influences every aspect of our lives. It is on this ethereal stage that our journey begins, a journey of self-discovery and spiritual transformation. Imagine yourself walking down a busy city street. The noise of cars, the buzz of conversations. Everything seems normal at first glance. But there's something in the air, a subtle tension that makes your skin crawl. Have you ever felt this? That inexplicable feeling that something is out of place, even when everything seems perfectly ordinary. It is at this moment that the veil between the worlds becomes thinner. Energies that normally go unnoticed begin to manifest in subtle but undeniable ways. A sudden chill, the feeling of being watched, a feeling that you can't explain. These are the first signs that there is more going on around us than meets the eye. For many, these signs go unnoticed, dismissed as mere imagination or coincidence. But for some, they are the beginning of a profound journey, a silent call that echoes in the depths of the soul. You, my dear reader, are one of those few. Something inside you resonates with these words, doesn't it? A part of you always knew there was more to life than what could be seen or touched. And now, finally, you are ready to hear the call. But what exactly are these manifestations? Were they just tricks of the mind, created by our fertile imagination? Or are they indications of a deeper reality, an intricate web of energies and intentions that permeates our existence? The truth is that we are constantly immersed in an ocean of energies. Some of these energies are beneficial, fueling our spirit and propelling us forward. Others, however, are like treacherous currents, ready to drag us into the depths if we are not careful. This is where our story really begins. For right now, as you read these words, there are forces in motion, forces that some would call dark, entities that chose the path of shadows and that feed on the fear, doubt, and despair of others. These entities, with their malevolent intentions, are constantly looking for chinks in our spiritual armor. They take advantage of moments of weakness, of doubt, of fear. Like cunning predators, they lurk in the shadows of our consciousness, waiting for the right moment to strike. But why would they do that? What is the purpose of this silent war that rages behind the scenes of our reality? The answer, although complex, is surprisingly simple at its core. Light and dark, good and evil, are primordial forces that have existed since the beginning of time. And we, human beings, are the battlefield where this eternal conflict unfolds. Those who chose the path of shadows see the light of others as a threat. Their own darkness blinds them to the beauty of the light. And in their despair, they try to snuff out any spark of hope they find. It's a vicious cycle of fear and destruction, fueled by the illusion that power over others can fill the void in their own hearts. But here's the secret they don't understand. Light cannot be destroyed. It may be temporarily obscured, it may waver, and even seem to go out for a moment. But the true essence of light, that divine spark that exists within each of us, is indestructible. It is this inextinguishable light that scares them. For in your presence, the shadows have no choice but to retreat. And that's why they fight so fiercely, using every weapon at their disposal. Doubt, fear, despair, and even what some would call black magic or sorcery. But you, my dear reader, are not defenseless in this cosmic battle. In fact, you are much more powerful than you realize. For within you resides a force capable of moving mountains, altering the course of rivers, changing the destiny of the universe. This strength is your connection with the divine, your spiritual essence that transcends the physical and extends to infinity. It's the same force that moves the stars and makes the planets rotate. And it is this force that is now awakening within you, calling you to a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Remember the time when you wondered why they did this to you? Those who were behind the curtain, moving like shadows with a cold, calculated plan to take you down. You questioned yourself, wondered about your worth, your purpose, as they danced around you, leaving wounds that seemed eternal, scars that you swore would never fade. This period of doubt and pain is a crucial part of the spiritual journey. It's the painful awakening, the moment we start to question everything we believe to be true. It is a process that is often compared to birth, painful, frightening, but absolutely necessary for us to emerge into a new level of consciousness. During this time, you may have felt lost, betrayed, abandoned, Maybe you questioned your own sanity, doubted your perceptions. The people you trusted seemed to move away, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. The air became thicker. The cold in their eyes cut you more than any words. You tried to understand. You despaired, tried to fix what was breaking. But each attempt was like a punch into the void, an icy silence, a contempt that seemed sharper than a knife. The rumors, the lies spread. It seemed like everything had become a dirty game, and you were the vulnerable piece. The confusion was unbearable, wasn't it? Every conversation, every look, and you only delved deeper into the questions, tried to understand where you had gone wrong, where everything had fallen apart. The cycle of uncertainty became his prison, and each attempt to find an explanation only tightened the chains on his heart. You found yourself trapped in an illusion, trying to fix what was never yours to fix, blinded by the idea that maybe you could go back and change the ending of this story written in deceit and betrayal. But now, my dear reader, the truth is very clear. Their betrayal never had anything to do with you. It was just a reflection of the darkness that lived within them, a projection of their insecurities onto you. They needed a target, and you were the easiest. What they didn't see is that this whole mess wasn't meant to break you. It was to wake you up. The pain you felt was a fire that forged your strength. An emotional impact they had on you was just a catalyst for your transformation. You are now something they can't even understand. They are lost, while you shine with a strength they cannot touch. Now, as they watch you rise from the ashes of the lie they created, they are stunned, as if they are lost in a maze with no way out. They can't understand how you turned the tide, how the pain they caused became fuel for your rise. Remember the confusion they sowed in you? Well, now they're the ones at the crossroads. You stood firm, unshakable, almost immortal in the face of the storm they unleashed. The story will rewrote, and what once seemed like a nightmare has now become a tale of overcoming. That someone who left you in the eye of the hurricane of doubt and pain now finds themselves facing a version of you that they no longer recognize. The energy in the room changed. You are no longer the person you used to give in to, desperate for answers or to please. Now you are like a rock, still, firm, but with a silent strength that destabilizes them. And no matter how much they try to rekindle the old flames, they can't. Your attacks seem silly, words that fall empty, echoing in the silence of your indifference. They were expecting a reaction, an outburst, maybe even an apology. But no, you are there, calm, serene, almost untouchable. They are confused, not knowing how you became this force that defies what they knew. What was once their domain has now turned to dust. Their power over you has disintegrated, leaving them without the control they so desired. As you begin to recognize this inner strength, the shadows' attempts to bring you down begin to lose their power. Every attack, every attempt to undermine your confidence becomes an opportunity for growth. Like a muscle that strengthens under pressure, your spirit expands and strengthens in the face of adversity. It is a process that is often painful. After all, growth rarely comes without discomfort, but it is in this discomfort that lies the seed of transformation. Each challenge overcome, each obstacle overcome, is a step towards your true divine nature. And as you progress along this journey, something extraordinary begins to happen. The very forces that once seemed to oppose you begin to dissolve. It's as if the entire universe had conspired in your favor, aligning to support your evolution. This does not mean that the path is easy. Far from it. The spiritual journey is full of tests and trials. But as you grow stronger, these challenges become less daunting. You begin to see them for what they really are: opportunities for growth, chances to prove to yourself and the universe what you are capable of. What about those who once sought to bring you down? Well, they start to feel the weight of their own actions. It is as if a cosmic law of cause and effect came into play, causing every negative intention, every attempt to cause harm, to turn against them with redoubled force. This is not revenge. Mind you, the universe does not operate in such simplistic terms. It is simply the natural rebalancing of energies. What we send out into the world, whether positive or negative, inevitably returns to us. It's what some traditions call karma, others a law of attraction, but deep down, it's simply the natural flow of universal energy. As this truth becomes clear, those who previously hid in the shadows begin to feel exposed. The fear they once used as a weapon now turns against them. They begin to feel the weight of their actions, the growing anxiety of those who know judgment is approaching. But you, my dear reader, need not fear this judgment, for your journey is not one of revenge or retribution, but of elevation and transformation. Your role in this great cosmic drama is not to punish those who have done wrong, but to light the way for everyone to find redemption. It's an immense responsibility, certainly, but it is also an indescribable honor, for you were chosen, among billions of souls, to be a beacon of light in these turbulent times. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is nothing less than to help raise the consciousness of all humanity. It seems like an impossible task, doesn't it? How can a single person make such a difference in such a vast and complex world? The answer lies in the interconnected nature of all existence. Just as a single drop can create waves that spread throughout the ocean, your actions, however small they may seem, have the potential to affect the whole. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every positive thought you send out into the universe multiplies and expands, touching lives you can't even imagine. This is how light spreads. This is how consciousness evolves. And as you embrace this role, something extraordinary begins to happen. You begin to realize that you are not alone on this journey. There are others like you, spread across the world, each carrying their own light. Together, you form a network of heightened consciousness, a web of light that encompasses the entire planet. It is this network that is now strengthening, expanding, preparing for a major transformation. For we are on the threshold of a new era, a time of great changes and revelations. The veil between the worlds is becoming thinner and thinner, and truths that were once hidden are now coming to light. For those who have chosen the path of light, this is a time of great joy and fulfillment. It is a time to reap the fruits of years of inner work, sacrifices, and unshakable faith. It's a time to see your spiritual gifts blossom in ways you never imagined possible. But for those who have clung to the shadows, this is a time of great turmoil. Everything they built based on selfishness and manipulation begins to crumble. Their secrets come to light, their masks fall, and they find themselves exposed to the light of truth. It is a painful process, without a doubt, but it is also an opportunity for redemption. For even those who have lost themselves in the deepest shadows have within them a spark of divine light. And now, faced with the unforgiving mirror of truth, they have the chance to recognize the transformation you are experiencing is not just external. In fact, the deepest and most significant change is occurring within you. It is a process of inner alchemy, where painful experiences of the past are being transmuted into wisdom and strength. Do you remember all those sleepless nights, full of anguish? Every tear shed, every moment of despair you thought was unbearable? None of this was in vain. All that pain turned into brute force, a pure energy that now protects you like an invisible but powerful shield. They try to destroy you, but in the end, they fed the source of your strength. And today, while they search for answers to this riddle, wondering why their tricks no longer work, you remain oblivious to what they are trying to do. Unbeatable, you have risen to a level that they cannot reach. Now, in your everyday life, everything is different. They see you invading the spaces that previously tried to lock you out. Now you arrive and your presence is a command, demands respect, something they never imagined you would achieve. Opportunities fall into their lap where they least expect it, and they can only wonder how it is happening. And you know what else? They look for flaws, loopholes, something to exploit, but they can't find anything. You become a tornado, a force of nature that nothing can stop. The destiny that guides you is something they have no control over. Now, my friend, you are no longer in the same place. You no longer live in the shadows of confusion that tried to push you. You become divine justice itself, the reminder that the universe sees all, knows all, and ultimately sets all right. They, poor things, are trapped in the web they created. They tried to break you, but they ended up tearing themselves apart. And the equation has changed. You are no longer a piece they can move. Now you are the constant. You are the force that dictates the rules of the game. Deep down, they already realized they were losing from the start. But what they didn't see is that all this mess wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to wake you up. The pain you felt was a fire that forged your strength, and the emotional impact they had on you was just a catalyst for your transformation. You are now something they can't even understand. They are lost, while you shine with a strength they cannot touch. Now, as they watch you rise from the ashes of the lie they created, they are stunned, as if they are lost in a maze with no way out. They can't understand how you turned the tide, how the pain they caused became fuel for your rise. Remember the confusion they sowed in you? Well, now they're the ones at the crossroads. You stood firm, unshakable, almost immortal in the face of the storm they unleashed. The story will rewrote, and what once seemed like a nightmare has now become a tale of overcoming. That someone who left you in the eye of the hurricane of doubt and pain now finds themselves facing a version of you that they no longer recognize. The energy in the room changed. You're no longer the person you used to give in to, desperate for answers or to please. Now you're like a rock, still firm, but with a silent strength that destabilizes them. And no matter how much they try to rekindle the old flames, they can't. Your attacks seem silly, words that fall empty, echoing in the silence of your indifference. They were expecting a reaction, an outburst, maybe even an apology. But no, you are there calm, serene, almost untouchable. They are confused, not knowing how you became this force that defies what they knew. What was once their domain has now turned to dust. Their power over you has disintegrated, leaving them without the control that so much wished. This is the time of your spiritual rebirth. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more powerful than you have ever been. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, only served to strengthen your resolve and deepen your connection with the divine. You touch the beauty of true healing, the one that goes beyond simple words and empty promises. The one who leaves behind, without remorse, everything that was once part of you, but is no longer useful. They didn't see it coming. The former friend or partner who once knew exactly how to pull your strings. They hold out their hands waiting for you to return to that old web. They expect you to give in to old habits, the same mistakes. But not you. The answer is clear. It is strong. It is the expression of your growth and the peace you have achieved. You now trust in the divine guidance that guides each of your steps and are not willing to go back to the destructive dynamics that are already in the past. Their expectations were based on who you were, not who you became. They believed they could pull you back into their orbit, but instead they are met with a quiet, unwavering force that leaves them stunned. The beauty of your healing is this: choosing peace, choosing your well-being, and not getting lost in the attraction of the chaos of before. You evolved, they didn't, and that, more than anything, is what corrodes them. You went through the fire, and now you carry on like someone carrying the weight of invisible gold, with the grace that only those who truly know themselves possess. It's no longer the same tortuous path, the same endless struggle, the same shadow dragging you behind. Now your every step is a testament to the power that inhabits you, something bigger, stronger, something that goes beyond human limitations. And like a flame that never goes out, you continue to grow, to renew yourself, to walk with confidence in your purpose. The past is left behind, buried in the ashes of what you no longer are. Divine favor, this power that surrounds you, is like a cloak that no one can tear off. And you continue without fear, like someone who knows exactly what the future holds. Your steps are beacons, signs that you are ready for what comes, for what the world will offer you. And whoever cannot keep up, may remain behind, swallowed by its light. A light that blinds them and leaves them lost, not knowing what to do. They no longer have control. They no longer have influence. What you have created now, no one can destroy. Whoever had power over you one day finds themselves lost in this new scenario. They, who once knew exactly how to pull the strings and make you dance to the music, are now there, trying to fit together the pieces of a puzzle that no longer exists. They don't know what to do anymore because the game has changed. The equation that was once simple is now an impossible puzzle to solve. What used to weaken you is now what makes you stronger. Your every movement is a step of someone who rises above everything and everyone. Your shine. Your shine is not just a reflection of your inner light, but a beacon that radiates divine protection. They even try to get closer, but the light blinds them, prevents them from seeing anything beyond what they thought they knew. They thought they could control you, but now they are lost in the maze of your growth, not knowing how to get back to the point where they could manipulate you. And you, increasingly distant from that being they try to control, rise, untouchable. The forces that guide you are much greater, much more powerful, far beyond what they can understand. You have become a fortress, an impenetrable wall. Every attempt to pull you back into the past is a trap they set themselves and fall into. You, unbeatable, go up, while they, disoriented, get lost in their own lies. Your every step, your every breath is an affirmation of the power you now carry. They look at you, they try to understand, but you are no longer that fragile being that let yourself be carried away. What once imprisoned you is now your armor, your shield. They feel this change, but they cannot understand the depth of what has happened. The frustration is clear. The confusion is like a weight in the air. They try everything. They even try to understand how things have changed so much, how the game has suddenly changed. But what they don't see is that this transformation was inevitable. You were always destined to rise. Your path was no longer theirs, and you continue peacefully, with your light growing stronger. What always protected you now accompanies you with more strength, and no one will be able to put out the flame that burns inside you. And their confusion, their frustration, well, those things are just noise. You have transcended the need to please, to be validated. Now you are complete, firm, unbeatable, and no one, not even the strongest wind, will take away from you the strength you have gained. As you progress on your spiritual journey, you begin to realize that there is an underlying harmony to all of existence. It is as if the entire universe were a vast symphony, each being, each event, each experience a single note in this cosmic composition. And you, my dear reader, are not just a passive listener to this symphony. You are a musician, a composer, a conductor. Every thought you have, every action you take, every choice you make is like a note you add to the universal melody. This understanding brings with a profound responsibility. For now you understand that your every movement has a potential to influence the harmony of the whole. A single dissonant note can disturb a melody, just as a harmonious note can elevate the entire composition. This is why the inner work you have been doing is so crucial. By purifying your thoughts, by raising your vibrations, by aligning your actions with your highest purpose, you are contributing to the beauty and harmony of a universal symphony. But make no mistake, this harmony does not mean the absence of conflict or challenge. Just like in a musical composition, it is the contrasts, tensions, and resolutions that create depth and beauty. The challenges you face, the shadows you illuminate, the dualities you integrate, these are all part of the richness of the human experience. And this is where your journey becomes truly fascinating. For as you tune into this cosmic symphony, you begin to notice patterns and connections that previously went unnoticed. Synchronicities become more frequent, insights deeper, and you begin to feel clearer, intuitive guidance in your life. It is as if the universe is conspiring in your favor, orchestrating events and encounters that support your growth and evolution. But remember, this doesn't mean the path will always be easy. Spiritual evolution often requires us to face our greatest fears, to confront our deepest shadows. However, you now have the tools and understanding to navigate these challenges with grace and wisdom. You understand that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, every conflict a chance for integration, every moment of darkness an invitation to bring more light. And as you continue on this journey, something extraordinary begins to happen. You begin to radiate a light that attracts others to your path. People who are seeking guidance, inspiration, a divine glimpse, are naturally drawn to you, not because you are perfect or because you have all the answers, but because you are authentic, because you are living your truth, because you are in alignment with your highest purpose. Your light becomes a beacon for those who are still navigating the turbulent waters of doubt and fear. And so, without even realizing it, you become an agent of transformation in the world, not through grand gestures or dramatic actions, but through from simple and powerful act of being who you truly are. Every interaction, every conversation, every act of kindness becomes an opportunity to raise collective consciousness. You become a conduit of divine energy, a channel through which light can flow into the world. And as more and more people awaken to this truth, the universal symphony becomes richer, more harmonious, more beautiful. It's a gradual process, certainly. The transformation of collective consciousness does not happen overnight, but each individual who awakens, each heart that opens, each mind that expands, contributes to this evolution. And you, my dear reader, are at the forefront of this change. You are a pioneer, an explorer of the frontiers of consciousness. Your journey is not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all humanity. So as you move forward, always remember the power that resides within you. Remember the light you carry, the wisdom you have accumulated, the love you have to offer. Every step you take on the path to self-realization is a step towards a more enlightened world. And no matter how dark the night may seem, no matter how difficult the challenges may be, know that you are never alone. The entire universe is supporting you, guiding you, conspiring for your success. You are an essential note in the cosmic symphony, a shining light on the vast tapestry of the universe. Your journey, with all its ups and downs, is a vital part of the evolution of consciousness. As you move forward, don't forget the power that pulses within you. Hold tight to your growth, your healing, and the certainty that you are surrounded by protection much greater than anything the world tries to throw at you. Their strength comes from a place they will never understand, a place so deep and connected to the universe that their every step is guided by the stars. And that, my friend, no one can steal from you. It's not something they can touch or rip off. It's something you've earned through sweat, tears, and the wisdom that's been woven along the way. You've been through so many trials, haven't you? But each difficulty was just another step. And now you are here, stronger, wiser. Share your journey. Let your light shine and serve as a beacon for those who are still lost in the darkness. You are not alone. Your strength can be hope for those who are still finding themselves. Together you are like a storm. No one can stop the force of a river that joins the sea, spreads and takes over the world. When the chosen unite, the power is gigantic. It creates waves that can destroy walls, that can sweep away the darkness from where it hides. Let's continue supporting one another, lifting others up, lending an arm to those in need, and follow no fear for the future that is waiting for you. This is not just about individual victory. It's about the collective uprising of those who have been called to live in the light. It's about leading by example, showing the world what it means to be truly, divinely chosen. Your shine is not just a flashlight in the dark night. It is the dawn of a new era. The light you carry now is like the rising sun, brightening everything around, showing the world that the chosen ones are here to make a difference. They may even wonder, try to understand where this power comes from, but they will realize that they will never make it. There is no way to understand the source of your strength. Now you have entered a new reality. Nothing holds you back anymore. There are no longer the expectations or limitations that they tried to impose on you. This is your moment to shine, to give yourself body and soul to the divine protection that has always been with you, waiting for the right time to manifest itself. They will watch from outside, without being able to get close to the light that guides you. No matter what they do or what they try to say, you will keep rising, because now you are unstoppable, unbreakable, and nothing will stop you. Always remember, your power comes from a place that transcends the physical. It is a deep connection with the divine, with the source of all creation. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, only served to strengthen that connection. Now, you walk with the certainty of someone who knows your true power. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. It's not arrogance, it's self-knowledge. You know who you are, you know where you came from, and most importantly, you know where you are going. The path ahead of you may not always be easy. There will be days of doubt, moments of challenge, but you have within you everything you need to overcome any obstacle. Your inner light is stronger than any outer darkness. Keep moving forward one step at a time. Every step is a victory. Every day is an opportunity to grow even more. And as you move forward, remember to look back every now and then, not to dwell on the past, but to see how far you've come. You are a beacon of hope in a world that often seems lost in darkness. Her journey inspires others to find their own light. His example shows that it is possible to overcome adversity, that it is possible to rise above manipulations and betrayals. And as you continue your journey, remember, you are not alone. There is a legion of kindred souls spread across the world, each carrying their own light. Together, you form a network of heightened consciousness, a web of light that encompasses the entire planet. This is the new era that is being born, an era of expanded consciousness, of deep connection, of unconditional love. And you, my dear, are at the forefront of this transformation. So move forward with courage. Let your light shine without fear. Embrace your divine power, because you are much more than you imagine. You are a being of light, a child of the stars, a unique and precious expression of the divine. And so, your journey continues. Every day is a new beginning. Every moment an opportunity to shine even brighter. The entire universe conspires in your favor, guiding your steps, illuminating your path. Are you ready for the next chapter of your story? The universe awaits with loving expectation. What will you choose to do with this precious moment? The choice, as always, is yours. But know that whatever you decide, you are deeply loved, infinitely valuable, and eternally connected to the source of all creation. May your light continue to shine, illuminating the path not just for you, but for all those whose lives you touch. For you are truly a divine being, a chosen one, a bringer of light. And so, your spiritual odyssey continues, always evolving, always expanding, towards new horizons of consciousness and fulfillment. The universe is your playground, eternity your home. Welcome to your true nature. Welcome to your divine power.